So today I'm going to make a tutorial for Autodesk Inventor, drawing this part right here. It was a part that was assigned to me as an interview for one of the technical teams I want to join, and they said, hey, just quickly draw this part and then submit it back to us so we can assess your inventor skills. And I wanted to make a video showing how I draw it, any tips or tricks I know in Inventor that could possibly help someone. So when you go into Inventor, you get this screen, you press New, Standard, let's press Create, and one thing important here, look at the units. Here. All dimensions are in millimeters, so it's very important that our drawing is also in millimeters. And in the comments, when in doubt, toss in a 2mm fillet. I thought that was pretty funny. So let me first talk about Inventor a little bit. First, let's actually change the units. Tools, it would be in Tools in this document settings, and then go to Units, and just change it to millimeters, and Apply, and Tools. So back to the sketch. Always, if you're using Autodesk Inventor, have a mouse. That's important. Let me just make sure I'm on there. What I want to point out is that there's these planes, like if you go under the origin, you can find all the planes and you can make them visible. For example, you can see them, that's all the planes. Same thing with the axes, you can make them all visible. I don't need them visible, but for now at least, but maybe later. So let's start a 2D sketch. I like this plane. It really doesn't matter which plane you use unless it's like specific. So for now it doesn't matter. I'm going to draw 2 construction lines. So this is construction. And I'm going to do line. And then these just help me if I'm trying to like flip something around like the X or Y axis. These are really helpful for me. Like if I'm trying to revolve or extrude. I'll show what I mean a bit later. I don't think the last one went through. The origin and okay. Yeah, so what I'm going to start with is I'm actually going to do I'm going to split my screen. And actually, I'm going to talk a little bit about this. So if you take a look at this image, it might be tempting to start with the most familiar shape, which is this circle. You might think, oh, I'll just make like a circle, and then another circle, and then another circle, and I'll somehow connect them. Because that seems like familiar, like it's the circular shape, there's nothing too complex about it. However, if we actually start doing that in practice, it will be very difficult. What I recommend is starting with this left side here because all the dimensions are there, and even though it looks a bit confusing that there's like these lines and these lines, and also these like they're rounded edges, so you might be thinking, well, how do I make that? Do I do rectangles? Well, I will show you in just one moment. So this might be common knowledge, it might not be, but usually engineering drawings are they're on the page exactly the same way as like they're logically placed. So this is the left, this is the front side. At the top is like if you look at the object from the top, and then on this right side is also like kind of like an X-ray as to like what's really going on inside this bearing. Like here you can't see because it's just showing you the dimensions on the left, but on the right, we see that, oh, there's like a hole, there's a header line. And, okay, let's start drawing it. So, I'm going to split my screen, and I'm also going to zoom in on this one, which is the one that we're going to focus on at first. So what I'm going to make, the way I'm going to go about this is I'm going to, anytime you see symmetry in AutoCAD, think like, you can always just do less work, make half of it, and then use the revolve tool or the mirror tool. One of those tools will be very, very helpful. I will start by sketching lines, and like one of the most difficult parts of this project is that like not all dimensions are given to you everywhere. So for example, I'm given that the radius of the small circle is 6.75, but then I'm kind of left hanging as to like, what is this dimension? Well, for example, I know that the total radius, it's so hard to see, but I know that the total radius is 40. And I know that the next one is 32 and 15, and this is from the side. So that's the top view, and here it's telling me that the radius of this circle, this part that sticks out here, it's actually like the center, like the biggest part of the circle. Yeah, so I it would be so much easier if they just labeled every single dimension, but then again, with more complex projects, it would become way too messy. So that part is 40, and the small circle is 6.75. Okay, and now we need to know these steps. So we know that the first step is this medium circle. So the first step is this 15.87, well, divided by 2, that's the first step. And then the ledge is like the smaller circle outside of that. And then the next ledge is the 32.10, also divided by 2 though. Yeah, so let's start that. Here we go. So first what I'm going to do is make a line that's 20 centimeters because the 20, did I say centimeters? I don't know. And there you go, that's 20 there. Just gonna try to get it actually over here. There we go, so it doesn't get in the way. Is that a line? Did I draw a line? Oh, maybe, okay. Make sure to go off the construction tool. I just want a regular line. 20. And also, I can't see this line because it's like white, it like blends in. I saw this really cool thing right here. Default, you can like make it any color you'd like. I'm gonna make it, I like that pink, but I used it for my other document. Let's make it blue. I like this blue a lot. Okay, let me delete that one. Delete. And hopefully it'll show up blue. I hope. Yeah. Very nice. Okay. So next step is the making like this first ledge, and that would be the 6.75 whatever we're making half of it. So we're actually going to do 6.75 divided by 2, which is 3.375. Let's make it, how much? So it's at the 3.375 mark, we then return, So we go, I'm just going to do point and then point. Okay, here to here. I want it to be, I was pretty close, 3.375. Okay, so there we go. And then here it tells us like right away it's 5.35 35 out, so it's just 5.35. 5.35. You can even, before you click anything, you can already dimension it. And they kind of go, it's like a upside down staircase. So the next one, how much is this length we're asking ourselves? We're just gonna look here, and that's gonna be the 15.87 divided by 2. 15.87 divided by 2. 7.935. So it's 7.935 away from the bottom. So it's actually going to be, you can do 7.935 minus the 3.375. I'm just thinking of a way to explain this. Because it's 7.935 away from this bottom part. So yeah, we can do that. And it's 4.56. Because if you measure this, it'll be like this to here, 7.935. Right from the bottom. I'm just going to drag these dimensions over here so that things aren't messy. I'm hoping they would be less messy, but it looks like they're more messy. What is going on? There it goes. Now it's on the side again. It's 4.5 here, this line. So and 4.5. Oh, let me do please, and 4.5. There we go. And then up, how many do we go up? Is there one more ledge, I think? Yeah, there's one more ledge, and that's the 32.10 divided by 2, and 16.05. So it's 16.05 away from the bottom, so I'm just gonna like put a point. 16.05, and it should be in line with this. And here. And now the last ledge is 10.15, so let's just do that again. Just on this point, and then it's 90 degrees, so 10.15. There we go, and then from here it would just be 90 degrees up and back over here. And we can even check if we do 20 minus the 16 point something that we had, it will be 3.15. So everything works out. Now, I've got a lot of dimensions here. I'm just going to erase them so that I want this drawing to look clean. That's why I want to erase it. Oh, wait. Where's my line? What happened to my line? There it is. so you guys see that we have like kind of the shape, but it kind of looks a bit wonky, right? Because these are the rounded, right? So let's just make them rounded. Here it says R2, R2, R1. Those are just the fillets. Let's make fillets. Let's do here 2, 2, and then here this one is 1. So I'm just gonna fill it, and then fillet this one. But this one is 1 millimeter. Okay, there we go. That's looking promising, right? You're like, yeah, kind of looks like it. So now what we're going to do is I'm gonna do a 3D model. I'm gonna revolve because I want to revolve this one around the axis. Wait, I wanted to get around this axis. What's going on? Why is it not letting me? Oh, there we go. What's going on? So I want to revolve it 360 degrees, like full circle. And you know, does it look? I think it does. I think it looks like, yeah. Let's just see one more time quickly. From the front. So I revolved it, and there it is. Okay, so smaller circle, circle, there, 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 there. Okay, good. So we made the circle. There it is. And if we go from the view of this one, you see it looks exactly like the one in the picture. Now we have to create the mounting tab, so we have to look at the geometry here. So the important part is there's this. There's a lot of like, keep in mind this is from the side, and there's a lot of like, it seems kind of complicated. It's like this 11.5, this 23.5, this 3. So we finished. Sorry, I'm going to sleep right after this. Even though it's only 8 p.m. So we finished the front and this side. We don't need to look at these anymore, just for reference. Now all that's left is to make sure the tabs are there. So we're going to look at this right picture and this top one. The way I really struggled with making the tabs, but I found what I found to be the most helpful is I'm going to draw them from the back because you can see here they're attached to the back of your snout, to the back, right, the tabs, and the front sticks out, so they're attached to that. First something I'm going to do, start a 2D sketch on this face, and because they're attached to the back, that's the face I'm going to do, and I'm just going to project the geometry. What that does is it outlines the shape, and so I can draw on that shape and they will be snapped to that place. The first thing I want to notice is that this 11.5, and it is really hard to tell, so the difference between them is 23.5 millimeters. That's the distance between the tabs. The distance from the center line to the inside of the tab, keep in mind just the inside. It's so easy to just like make it the outside of the tab, and then everything gets very confusing. The distance from that to the inside of the tab is 11.5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a point on the circle, and from the center line a lot. Maybe just the geometry of this line as well. Distance from this line to this line is only 11.5. Did you guys see how I did that? Before it wouldn't let me dimension it because it's like, oh, you need a line there, and I didn't want to draw a line on the sketch. It would make it a bit messy. So I just made one of the axes visible, and it let me like dimension from the axes, which was nice. So that's 11.5. Okay, so I think the way I will draw these tabs is I will make them stick out. And it's really difficult to tell, but so there's these tabs, and here it's so the radius is 5, but then the distance from the center to the outside is also 5, meaning that the radius, the diameter is 5, meaning that the radius is 2.5, and the space on the outside between the tab and this part is also 2.5. So, and they come from here, so they kind of look like this little rectangle. What I'm going to do is, so that means that this total is 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, so 5 by 10, so it's 10 by 10. Like this, 10. Oh, good. Oh, I don't know what happened, but let's just fix that. Oh, Control X. Maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. So what was I saying? Okay. Yeah, so it's actually let's go back and sketch 2. And then I was drawing over here. And then I wanted to do a line, so out 10. And then I wanted here it's hard to tell, but they're 3 millimeters thick. There you go. Millimeters. Yep. So I'm just gonna do 3 up. 3. And all the way back to this guy. I hope it's touching, right? Yeah. Okay, now let's just extrude it. Model heat, extrude, and it's going the other way, and I think it was 10 millimeters, let me just double check. 10 millimeters here. Yeah. So we did that, okay, we can do that, and let me just check how it's looking. Why is it not snapped? Is it? Oh, I think it's snapped to the shape. Okay, now I can make more by mirroring it. I can't. Looks like it's not snapped to the shape anymore. Yeah, it is though. Okay. So now one more thing, we have to do a few more things. We have to make fillets because it's already extruded. The fillets will have to be 3D fillets, and fillets are here. You can see there, and under part as well, and also right here. This line right here. Okay. Mm. Mm. Okay. So let's see how it's looking. It feels like for some reason it's looking a bit short. Is it? Let me make the hole and then I'll be able to see. Because, so it's 40 and I mean, yeah, let's make the hole here. Hole, I'm not sure if I can do it here. Here. 5 millimeters? Yeah. No, this should be a bit longer because this hole, you can see it doesn't, you can't see this side. So, let me check. So let me just look at the measurements. So here to here, it should be 20, that's good, okay. Let me look here. Well, first of all, let me take a look at this hole. I think I made it too deep. Size M2. Okay, first of all, can I just change the position of it? No. What's the, I'm just going to Google how many, like what is the 5 millimeter, what? M5? No. No, I want 5 millimeters. Okay, yeah, but it's still too big. So, so, it should be, let's see, measure 5 millimeters. That's good. Wait, this is 2.5. But it should not be touching the side. Okay, let me edit this hole because it's too far down. It's just only make it 5 millimeters down. 5. So my thing is loose. So I can actually make a that's fine. But okay, let me first mirror it. What's going on? Yeah, I'm not sure if it's entirely right. Okay. First, let's mirror it. This is easy. You can just, where's this mirror right here? And I do mirror solid, and then you want to just mirror like this. Okay. And then mirror solids, and then just like, no, over here. Okay. So that's that. Okay, let's measure to see if they match up. So in between this part and this part, it should be 23.5. So that's the part that confuses me, but also from the center line from here to center. The Y position, which is 11.5. That's good. Okay, done. Okay, let's look at the top. So, that's my filming. I'm filming this YouTube video. Okay, so let me look at the top here. Just check it. So from here, why is it not measure? I want to measure this side to this side. Let's go. I'll finish this sketch. Where is my sketch for the paths? Okay, well let's look. So I checked all these dimensions match up. I think it's just the top which I'm having a hard time with. Okay. There we go. For some reason it worked. So I can't measure this one, but from here to here it should be 10. That's right. This one should be 5. Oh no. This one should be 5mm away. Yeah. From the center of the hole, I can't measure it, but from here to this edge, where I measured it, it's 10. From the center, I'm supposed to measure. Okay, make it visible. And then you can measure, yeah, from the center to here. So that should not be 5.31, that should be 5. And also, if we measure here to here, 5.2, but we need the, yeah, 5.2, so it should just be 5. It's maybe I'm in the hole. Let's go look in the hole. So measure it from here. So yeah, that's wrong. So let's delete this hole. Let's start a sketch. Here. And then to a point, and then we're going to get the same from the x-axis here. Oh, that was actually pretty close, 5, and I think here is 5 this. Should maybe let's try and make it off grid. Good enough. Multiply that. Let's go. There's nothing ridges up here. Oh, wow, what's going on? That's not what I wanted. Let's delete this. Let's delete this here, then. There we go. So now we can just mirror it again. Solid. Okay. How is it behaving so? I still like that in this one. Yeah, it's quite far. Let's see, we should be 40 points away from each other. On the other one, I did it kind of weirdly, like on the one I had before this one, I just did something very weird, but, wait, let me just mirror the rest. Nope. Mirror this. There. And here, yeah. So, these should be longer, but I don't know by how much. The only piece of information I have on that is that this is 40, and then these come out. And the hole should start beyond. The hole should start at 2.5 past the 40. And if we actually look at it, to measure, well, it doesn't, so it should, won't even let me measure it. Okay, let's go into the sketch. I think it was this one. Yeah. So, then this is not 10. This is 11.5. I know that for sure. But the length is not 10 because, so if I make a line like this, I want 90 degrees, like this. So that's where the 40 is. And then from here, from this point on, so from the 40, it's 2.5, 2.5. So it's from this point, it's actually 10. So let me erase this line. Do you guys get that? Because it's it's still from here, but here's 3.706, 705, 3.705, and then so it'll be 13.705. There we go. And then 3. Yep, and then all the way back. I'm just gonna do this line. I don't want like any extras. So, and back to the point. Now, hopefully it just adjusts itself. It can't update, and I did a whole bunch of messy stuff. Kill it. take me back to my sketch. Oh, what's going on? Finish. Let me go back into my sketch. Let me finish. Cancel. Finish to the sketch. Accept. Now let me delete. I want to delete everything except for the sketch. Oops. Delete. And the problem is that it's extrusion. So let's just do extrude. And I want to finish to the sketch. Consume sketches and features. I don't want to delete the. Okay, there it is. Sketch 2 is still there. Let's extrude it. Here, this one, 10 millimeters. Yeah. Let's add in all these crazy fillets because when in doubt, we just add in a fillet. I want to get to the bottom. Take off this one right here and right here, and then let's make that the 5 millimeter hole. Yeah, this looks better. Actually, I might even submit this one because I think this one is my cleanest work. It's cleaner than the other one. So I'm gonna make a point here. I'm just gonna do 5 millimeters. 5 and 5 also. 5. Okay. And I'm just gonna do the hole tool just because in engineering they probably like instead of me just extruding it, it probably looks better if it's I know what a hole tool is. And this is my utility for the technical team, so I want it to look good. I don't want it to look messy. This all looks pretty clean. Like we have the fillets and the holes, and now I can just do the mirror. So this actually all looks pretty clean. But I want to mirror it here, okay? And then mirror here. It should have the other one. Yeah, now let's look from the top. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Now let's do some measuring. Which parts should I measure? So look, we have like the 5 and 5, and then the 40. I think the most important parts for me to measure is like the side. There it is. Just measure 23. I think they meant to put 23. I don't think it's 23.5 just because of the geometry. Like it's physically, I don't know if it can be physically, that's good. Sorry if you get my cat in the background. So here and here, I'm just gonna look at the 11.5, which is the y distance, which is what I need. And then from here to here is 20 and 20. Physics on. My cat's name is Swan, just like the chest term. Okay, and this all looks pretty clean. Yeah, so I should probably rename it because I made a spelling mistake, but I think I might actually submit this one and ooh, here. Wouldn't it be cool if it's Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. Aluminum. Add appearance. Overlapping. Okay. I don't want it like. I don't want it like tinted. Okay, I hope I don't like make it out of like aluminum. Like get rejected from the technical team. That would be nice. Okay, what's going on? Okay, I'll have to figure this out another day. I believe. Um. So. Default. Oh, I don't like that. Default is cyan. Oh, okay. Maybe there's a pink one. I like pink. Oh, pink. I like pastel pinks. Not my violet. I wish they were more pastel. Then again, it's engineering tropical blue. Oh, that's tropical. It's well, I guess it's clear turquoise. Okay. Sounds so fancy. Oh, it's just yellow. What is this? Generic. Cool. Oh, okay. Where's the take me back to the regular one? I want the generic one. Yeah. And default, I think it's here. Default. Okay, so there it is. You can look at it and yeah. So we can see if it matches up. This is actually like the same. Oh, there it comes. Yeah, there it is. Let me save it. I'm gonna save the thing. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video you learned something. I'm gonna keep learning and I'm gonna keep sharing what I learned because I think that would be very nice to contribute. You can hear my cat in the background. Maybe I'll make a YouTube video of her later. Yeah, I think this might be one of the first videos I upload to my channel. So I'm an engineering student. I do mechanical engineering, and my hobbies consist of playing chess and working out, and trying to get more routine and improve. So I'm just gonna be posting like everything to do with improvement, engineering, and chess on my account. Of course, as you can tell, it's based on the name. So yeah, that's it. Today we made a circular berry holder. I'm excited to share more stuff I make in the future. Okay.